What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Woody, guys. GC is over, and there are a lot of nations that we already kind of knew that was going to take it. Um, but there are some surprises that the people are like, wow, I'm surprised the other nations didn't take it. For instance, 732 did win ours. As you can see here up the top, right here. Let me post it. Hold on. 7232 did take ours. Um, it was actually pretty intense. Obviously, I had that video, the live, not the live, but the recording up on my channel. If you haven't seen it yet, it's up there. It was really fun. Not gonna lie, it was really, really fun. But yeah, anyways, I want to get into your guys' stuff. So let's hear about it. Let's hear about the who's here was in like what was it? 621 took the win. 904 took the win. I think 858 took the win, and 255 took the win. So who here wants to talk first? Feel free, and I want to hear all about the juicy reports and all that stuff. Everyone is muted. Holy shit! Don't everyone talk at once. All right. Well. All right. So 904 took this one right here.
Yeah, I can go for you, Woody, for
Yeah.
904. Just kind of wanted to hold off because I've been kind of absent for a few weeks, but I know we had a master plan put in place, um, and it was executed. I just kind of did the streaming, so
Well.
but we can talk about it for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, the season's over. Season's
Yeah,
over. So
yeah,
there's no plans, no secrets, or anything like that now. But it's good to share strategies because there might be other nations that haven't had GC yet, and they might not know what the hell it is. You know what I mean?
sure.
Um,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can talk about that. So we played 925, 910, and 905. And for others, they might recognize them by Abu Khalid as the big whale for 910, or Patriot, the big whale for 905. I'm actually not very familiar with 925, but I believe that they just had another merger, which, from my understanding, makes number five possibly for them.
yeah, they're a
And I,
lock
I
nation,
think
right?
correct. Yeah, they're a locked nation, and I think they either have six or eight whales there.
No.
Um, yeah, and their total nation BP is insane. It's like 10.9 or something like that. 10.9 million. So they're just kind of a massive nation.
You gotta
And
be kidding me.
yeah, there's a lot. When we were when we were doing the first round, I think they had up to like 176 people show up, which is a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people. They were just all over the place. Map was red, but we got a lot of power sitting in 904, so we just took care of business there. But man, it was very interesting playing them because they were everywhere. They were at the sources. They came in hard at the center, and we are kind of going back and forth a little bit with them early on, but
Mm-hmm.
once I think Marte came in a little bit late, like 30 minutes late or something. But once he arrived, and we had some of our core power guys going, they moved out of the center. They abandoned it. So it was it was pretty fun though. They put up a good fight, but I think we were mainly looking to 910 as our big challenger because I mean they have a boo, they have safe, they have a couple other really powerful guys, and it's a very good nation, really really well run. Which 905 is as well. 905 is a really good nation, but they just don't have you know
What
they
it
don't
take?
have
What it takes
as
yet?
as many players. Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, they made it to the finals, so obviously they're really good. But and it's a very well run nation. I don't think they have the numbers right now. So they get another merge, and they'll be the one to watch for sure. But
right. Well,
anyways,
I'm looking at 925 right now, the Lock Nation, and they got
Hmm.
440. They got 441s, and honestly, their 41s, other than this top guy, are really not that strong. Um,
That
12s,
seems
12s, and
accurate.
yeah, 12s and 13s for a 41, especially after this officer equipment, is more like, I would say, about a 38 at this point now. With the officer equipment.
Sounds about right. I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
I, yeah, for sure. I mean, I know a group of us as like the C-37s and stuff. We were kind of focused on sources, and those guys would pop up, and we were still beating them. And like when Tile Assassin, he likes to go after a lot of cities to like keep them off her back, and
Right.
he was burning those guys left and right. So
Really?
um, yeah,
And you guys,
yeah, it was
well, let me
it
ask
was
you,
not bad.
did you guys end up burning some of the 41s? I feel like I
Oh
got
yeah,
one.
we burned plenty of 41s.
Did they heal and
um,
come back or no?
I think they at first they were, but I think kind of after 45 minutes into it, they're kind of backing off a bit.
Right.
They weren't going to head with us anymore, and but I mean, what can you do? I think we've got if their highest is like 13 million officer power. Well, we have three, four. I think we have 4 or 5 guys that are well above that. I think even our smallest C-41 is still like maybe 14 or 15 million officer power. So
That's still it's still nice. Like
yeah, it's still pretty good. I'm not complaining.
you guys over there in 904, I mean, you got Martin, you got the guy that I can't pronounce his name, you got Cash, and you guys have got a lot of people, a lot of people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and there's a lot of good strategy too. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but we have 899's Will as well. He joined us, and man, this guy is full of brilliant ideas. So we already have people with good ideas, but when you combine it, I mean, it just it comes together really well. So
Oh, absolutely. And so let me ask you, like, did everything go as planned? Like, what was your exact plan going in?
yeah, actually, I think it went kind of exactly as we anticipated. 925 came in heavy rounds 1 and 2, and we know from playing 910 and 905 before they don't really come in heavy that first round.
Okay.
Um, so we focused, on center and sources to start off with. We sent our little group to go deal with sources and keep those kind of cleared up.
Right.
Um, and then basically, 910 and 905 were still getting points. They still showed, but we just kind of kept our focus on 925 because at that point they seemed like our biggest competition. So just kind of tried to mitigate their points essentially,
Right.
and hold the center. Kind of keep them out of the sources and hold the center, and that played really well for us. Um, and then so round two, we don't have as much power on for that round. We do have like a lot of people from the Europe um, time zones and from like Asia time zones, and that's usually when they start to come in pretty good.
Right.
So they come in and work on sources, and we have cash there, and he's kind of providing them some backup. So if the other nations are having some big players kicking us out, well, we got somebody who can kind of spar with them and assist. So yeah, it just supports the our other alliances in the nation while they're working on sources.
Now,
And
although
then
although Cash isn't as strong as like Martin or whatnot now, don't say it.
he's
I
still
mean,
strong.
he's still strong, and
He's still really strong.
like I've fought him in 904, and he's strong. Like there's no doubt about that. Um, and honestly, I think don't take offense to this, but I think Cash Will's pass Martin. I really do.
Hey, if it happens, it happens, and I'm not going to complain about that.
Oh no.
Maybe it gets a little friendly competition going with them to see where they end up at. But uh, it seems like Cash is really loving his move over here. we just won Elite War. I think who was it? It was like 722 or 721. I think it was one of the other GC finalists, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyways, we just beat them in Elite War earlier today, and afterwards he's like, "Man, we just keep kicking ass. It's awesome." So he's really happy, which is great. That's what we want. So,
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. And was there any like big battles? Can you share some big battles if you have any in the chat?
um, I did record the first and third round, so I mean those are available. Let's see. I know Marte had a really good one-on-one with Abu,
Okay.
and Abu is incredibly strong. Let me see if I can grab that for you real quick.
Yeah, please, please. We all
Uh,
love looking at those reports. We all love it. Like,
yeah, well, this is a one-on-one, but what's impressive about it is I mean, these are two mega whales going head to head,
right.
and I think that Abu had the troop advantage by like 40,000 or something, and
Hmm.
Marte was still able to beat him by like a pretty good margin. So let's see. I'm gonna grab this thing.
I'm wondering if the all the reduced damages, increased damages, and all the other stuff that's hidden, um, that's not like MR, like melee HP or long range attack, all the other stuff that you can add into your account takes part in that now. Because I know Boo's fucking strong too. Like,
Oh yeah,
like there's
it
hands
has
down.
to.
Like, don't get him fucked up. No one get him fucked up. He's strong.
Their stats are pretty similar though, which is what's interesting about it. I
So
just posted. Mhm.
let me ask you, when this attack happened, who had the actual buff towers? Did you guys have it or did you not
Uh,
have it?
Man, that's a good question because really, when it came to 910 on that third round, it was really back and forth. Like we held the core tower
Mm-hmm.
really well, but the other towers, we would hold some for a while and then they would kick us out, and then it was a lot of back and forth. But they didn't have the power to hold towers against us. They could kick us out, they could wear us down and kick us out, but they just couldn't hold them. Once, especially that healing tower. We're trying to keep focus on that one, so we get the it's a battle of attrition. So you kind of go for the longevity there, and that healing tower helps a lot with that.
Oh, that healing
Um,
tower is one of the most important towers in GC. You know,
oh, for
you
sure,
go
for sure.
when you got a heal and you got like a 23 or 30-day heal, and then you get that and it cuts it down to I want to say like 14 or 10 days. I mean that's especially for like the people that are not whale status. I have a lot of troops. Those add up fast. Like I think
Oh, absolutely.
I went through like what 175 days of heals, and I got like
Yeah,
40 left right now. So like I went through a lot, and I didn't even really participate hard. I was just there to have fun. I already knew we weren't
right.
going to win, but as defense, this is a boost defense. Um, 2088. That's strong in the
Oh
mines.
yeah, for sure.
And in the mines, I know people like, "Oh, I'm strong. You're in the mine," and then void comes, the other
Oh,
person's
is this one of
stronger.
mine?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
I'm sorry, that was one of mine. I
yeah, that was
just grabbed that. There's another one somewhere. I'll look. I'll look for some reports here in a little bit and try and grab them. But um, yeah, you're not lying though. I mean that the heal tower definitely goes a long way. That's kind of. I mean, I kind of feel like that should be most people's strategy going into it. Grab your heal tower because you're saving money with it. I like the speed tower because you're also saving on accelerations with it. So I guess for people who are just getting tuned into GC stuff, those are kind of a big focus, and don't neglect the sources because man, those points really add up. It's
they add
easy
up
to forget about them, but
they add up real fast, real fast.
a
I know a lot
lot
of
of
people.
good battles too.
I am noticing like with these new officer equipment, the people that were in finals. If you look at like all the that event, I think Holbrook was talking about this earlier today, me on the side. But if you look at the event on the quartermasters, majority of the people that got like tops were the people in GC. Were nations in
Right.
GC. Like they went hard, real hard on that.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, I think Genghis right now, he's another one of our big whales. He's at excuse me, like 21. Hold up, I need a drink of water.
It could have been Holbrook that said it, or it was Planky. I forget which one. It was right. It was. I was so freaking tired when we were talking about this. I'm like, I remember it being talked about. I just don't 100% remember who said it.
It's Planky. Give Planky his credit. That's
Planky. There it
Planky all
was.
day.
There it is. Sorry, Planky.
Um,
I
yeah,
see.
That's fine. That's fine.
so Genghis is at like 21.5 million officer power, and I like I said, I kind of been away for a few weeks, but I know last time I really looked, he was at 18 or maybe 19. So that has to all be in the what they just released for the drill masters, and those they stock up. They'll stock up in anticipation of new content being released. So when it happens, they stay top dogs. So
Well,
and I
here's the thing about with these equipment it just dropped. What 2 or 3 days before, or even the night before, was the if someone bought every single pack of the officer equipment, I mean all of them, every time it drops, that was the night where you can max it all out, and then the very next night or next 2 nights after that is when they drop these. So like, Camel knew exactly when those mega whales would be completely maxed on by to the fucking minute, and dropped it the very next day. So I mean, they
hey,
knew.
they know what they're doing for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean they know what they're doing. I mean, don't get me wrong. And again, like I gotta do say this: people that are, if you guys are not like investing into your city like super whalish, guys, take your time. These are not going away. Do not be that person that will blow your savings account over that stuff. Take your time. They're not going away. Um, the max whales that do this, they're gonna hit a wall. Like there's a wall, and it allows the people to start catching up. And then 44 hits, and then it's all over. It's a recycling thing. But
Oh, I totally agree with you there. I like to track people's progress, and I'll have them every once in a while send their stats and everything, and I'll screenshot it and just kind of save it. And I can say that from our whales, if I, although this is kind of embarrassing, but if I look
thanks,
at where they
thanks.
were a year ago, I can see that my stats have now reached where they're at. So you can eventually catch up. It might take a while, but things will balance out over time for sure.
So check this out. Right now I'm at 17.8, which I mean is not like league out or whatnot. I'll never be that big, but like 17.8 is strong. And K138, he was at like 14 or 15 yesterday or the day before, and he jumped up over 1 million. Like he's
Oh wow,
closing in on me real quick. Like holy shit, dude.
nice.
Yeah, but
It it's definitely a game changer for sure.
absolutely. So what exact strategy did you guys use in GC? I understood it. Um, you guys took your time. There was some 910 wasn't able to kick
Mhm.
you, but like probably after the second hit, they were able to kick you once they were able to kill some of your troops out of there. I'm sure that's
Sure. Yeah, I'll run you through that. So
yeah,
round one, we just, we knew who we were up against with 925. So we kind of focused on the center and kept them out of sources as much as possible.
right,
Uh, round two, of course, we just kind of focused on sources, being mobile there, and left the center for, I think, mainly 910 and 925. 92, or let's see, I think 925 came out ahead on that one. But looking at the point totals, they were down by 17,000 from us. So for because we maxed the first round. So third round, it was more or less we just knew we had to control the center.
right.
910's the big competitor for that one. They're the closest in points and have the best shot of winning. So basically, just kind of focus on keeping them out of towers, holding the center and the buff towers. That was the main thing. We knew if we could keep that, they wouldn't be able to catch us in points. And
we save money.
big time, yeah. Yeah, we definitely save money not having to jump around to all the sources and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, it was a calm third round for us. I'll say that. I mean, it was good. It was fun. Lots of really good battles, and 910 really knows how to fight. But I mean, they just couldn't. They couldn't get the points to keep up. We wouldn't let them have them. So, just pretty much that. Kept our buff towers. If they kicked us out of one, we would regroup and send back and kick them out immediately. And I mean, that's kind of all she wrote on that.
You don't mind me asking you, when you go in before first round, they drop these officer equipment. Obviously, I know you guys went heavy on that.
Sure.
Which one did you guys focus on most, knowing you're going into GC and you might want to counter whatever they're getting?
Man, that's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that. I wish Clue was here, because he certainly would. He definitely helps get the whales accounts in order, like, as far as stats to work on and stuff. But
right.
If I had to guess, knowing that Abu is, I think he's mid range, and same with Patriot, knowing they're both mid range. I'm sure that those guys focused on putting a lot into that mid-range reduction, which I think that screenshot I sent you of Marte's stats shows that. I think he's got like minus 500 attack or something similar. So
let me jump in. So
yeah, please do.
What we did is I'm giving clues. Relly's on here too. He can explain. So what we did for our whales is they reset their equipment alloy down to 21 on the war officers and moved it all to the drill officers so they could open up the second and third on the drill officers.
Oh, so they reset. Oh my! I hate to say it, and I know that's a good idea. Don't get me wrong, but man, the grind just to get these still. Oh my God, I see what they did. Yeah, that's sneaky. That is sneaky. Yeah. I like it.
I didn't know that, but damn, that's cool. That's smart.
So Genghis did it all, and he gained 900k officer XP just off doing that. And so the main focus was to get those skills open on the drill masters so that we could have Titan damage and get all the damage up. So that's what they did.
So they increased damage to no, not that one, the Titan. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, increased damage to Titans.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that was.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
and then they told Abu after we won GC what they did, so he could do the save. So, but we held that close until after.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a strategy. You guys did it, and you're able to go above that. So, regardless, I mean, this is going to happen. I don't know what's coming out next GC season, but I'm sure there might be something that comes out that's going to give people that it's going to have some kind of idea or some kind of plan, and they might use it to their advantage. I really like how you guys did that. Like, even though now you got to grind back what you did, it helped you get the win. Period. You know what I mean? So that was impressive. That's impressive right there.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good move. That was Clue's idea. I know Relly's on here. I think he was talking with Clue about it before too. So it wasn't just 904. And,
it was almost immediately upon the drill masters dropping. Like, me and Clue were talking back and forth, and one of the first things I was thinking was that these global conquests are going to be very interesting, specifically from like a number cruncher's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And the 904, like they held that stuff close to their vest because Clue didn't even explicitly tell me that they went ahead and did it,
Right.
but it was definitely something that I talked to him about. um, Me and some of the 896 guys were kind of helping 904 out, so I definitely got to see it play in action, and I kind of suspected that they went that far, but it was kind of interesting to watch it all play out.
It's so. I mean, it's risky. But if it goes good, it's something that you benefited from it. Like getting rid of all that you have right off the bat to make that jump. That's very risky. Knowing that you're literally gonna have to redo it all again. Kind of, what I'm talking about. But wow, dude. I like it. That is interesting. People will do it next season. Just giving you a heads up on that. They, I mean but you got to realize that sharing information like this, it helps all these newer nations and other nations that don't really know how to strategize to this degree. It opens their head like, wow, we have to go deeper in strategizing how to get this. So that's the part I like a lot. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Anyone else
Yeah.
here had to do that too, or was that just them that did that? It might just be you guys that did that.
I know some other whales talked to Clue and did it, but I'm not gonna say who or
Right.
throw them out. They could tell us if they did it.
Yeah, you don't want to throw me into the bus, but yeah, I know what you mean. That's, dude. I'm impressed. I'm impressed right there. Like seriously. And 968 also took the win too. It looks like, um, right here. Yeah. So I mean, you guys were definitely on the same page at that point.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That's pretty cool. Let me get who exactly were you guys up against in 968? Or I'm sorry,
Oh, it's
986. 986. I apologize.
yeah, that's an anagram of our nation 896. They were playing 982, 993, and 997, I believe. But I'm not from there, so I wouldn't be able to speak on the specifics.
Okay.
I do know that everyone wasn't sure if Nabsy was going to be playing, but it looks like we like everyone saw him kind of jump up on the spending event ranking, like 2 or 3 days before the GC. So at that point, I kind of figured he would,
he
and
was gonna come hard.
yeah,
Dang. And he took the win. He took the win on there. I wonder what his officers are looking at right now. Remind me, 986. Wonder what his
yeah.
officers
Is there anyone here from that bracket?
I don't know.
For what it's worth, he also won GC in 1147, his other nation.
Wait a minute. He played GC in two nations and one took them both?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won both.
What? Now I understand, and
I mean, if you look at just his puppet city in 1147, you'll see it's no surprise. The guy's nuts beyond belief.
you say 1147. It's funny when people say Putt Putt City,
Yes.
and it's like a fucking whale. Let me see, 1147.
Yeah, I know
Towards
that.
the
I know
left, I
that
think.
the goddess won Star Tyrant in 986. So it's possible he might have focused a little bit more in his Mufasa city.
His
But I
Mufasa at
just,
the top. Just look
I
at the
just,
officers.
All right,
yeah, I just don't want to like say anything
right.
specifically because I don't have any inside knowledge.
So is that his Putt Putt City, Mufasa?
Yes.
I mean, it's hard to call either of them that.
Wait a
Consider
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are
they're
these?
both near max.
Are they? Hold on. Are they the same person, or I thought Mufasa was a different person?
No, it's definitely the same person.
Yeah, it's the
Ah!
same guy.
It's like 100% confirmed.
Oh, okay. And here I've been thinking Mufasa's a completely different person. Gotcha. Wow. So he's got two fucking whale counts, basically.
Yeah.
Good lord. Good lord. Yeah. Good lord. That is oil money right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is oil money. I don't really know that. I'm just saying. that's fuck you money to be able to do that. But well, you can't be jealous. You got to just be happy about it. Like seriously, I definitely happy to see something like that because it doesn't happen often. You see a whale having two whales in two different nations and then take GC on both. That's impressive. Let's see, was this?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that was a plunder. 986. All right. Congratulations, 986. And you said it was 1140, 1143, 1147. Congratulations on that one too. Wow, it's impressive. All right, we got 1070 as well. And I believe this is Abigail Morris's nation. How'd that go, Abigail?
I mean, it's not my nation, but I'm in it, so.
Right, but that was your bracket. That was your bracket, so.
No, it went really good. This was our second GC in a row that we've won. But it was definitely brutal. Leading up to finals, we had max points in every round.
Okay.
But then obviously, for the finals, it was really fucking tough. We were against multiple nations that had some pretty brutal whales. Like we were against 1086, has Teru and Black Ice, but Ray, that alliance from 1086 is like the number one in all of Polar, and like they're just beasts.
Yeah,
Then 1090 and 1092. Sorry, go ahead.
It's amazing to beat Ray because we faced them in DoD and they wrecked us. It was not even fun. Some guy killed our whale with no skill, even though our whale had like gold defense.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You're saying there was betrayal. In this one there was betrayal?
Wait.
Like
Oh no, not mine.
No.
okay. So
No, but I mean, it was definitely brutal. 1086 was intense, and then like we were 1090 and 1092, which also has some fucking big whales. 1070 doesn't really have whales. We just have a few, fucking strong players.
right.
We had enough points to win by the second round. Between the first and the second, we had already won, but I don't know. 1070 likes to murder, so we went into round 3 anyway and just kicked ass for the fun of it. But it was definitely really fucking tough. There were moments in the first round that we were like, fuck, we're not going to get it. And then trying to decide whether to do round 2 or round 3 and get hit with all of the whales or just part of them. But it was fucking awesome for sure.
I mean, if you're going for the win, obviously there's one stage where you have to try, like you got to pull everything out, and there's probably one round where it's usually round 2. Honestly, is if everyone picks round 2 and go heavy, you can possibly get the full 45. And
yeah, we couldn't max points in any of the finals rounds. I definitely think. I mean, I know for me, I went hardest in round 1. Round 2 didn't end up being as crazy difficult as round 1, but we kept getting kicked out of the towers more. But our thing is, we're determined and annoying. So if we get kicked out of a tower, we're going to hit over and over and over again until we get it back. And so we didn't really let them hold towers for longer than, I would say not longer than like 30 seconds at a time. It was really brutal though.
So once you hold the towers, you got to hold it for 1 minute to actually get a point, any points. 1 minute total.
Exactly.
So,
that was what we knew. And so anytime somebody was in a tower, we made sure to kick them out before they could hold it long enough to really build points.
Smart move. Very smart move. Very smart move. There's that saying: if you guys see a whole alliance coming towards you, get out, get out, go back home, and wait till they either get in or take the win, because there's always going to be 1 or 2 that are sitting in there and didn't get out in time. And as soon as that's over, get them back in there, or basically kick them out right after that.
Yeah.
But that takes a lot of speed.
No, that was definitely our goal. It does, yeah. No, I definitely think I went through way more speeds than I should have. I started out with like 1.7 million gold and ended up with like 200,000. No speeds, no heals. It was crazy.
Oh, you went through almost 800,000 gold.
Yeah. It was worth it though. It was really worth it. I mean, this is our second GC in a row that we've won, so it definitely paid off. It was, between Fudo, Mao, me, we have another beasts in there. It's Princess and Ghost, and then William. Like all of us hitting at the same time, it was almost unstoppable. There were times whenever one of their whales would come in and kick out like 20 of our fucking people in our alliance at the same time. We were like, no, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get it. But then when all of our bigger players hit at the same time, we were unstoppable.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I gotta check out you guys' nation. I know I've checked this out before. So 1070. We're getting close. Sorry. Right here. Okay, I know this nation. So 141, 340s, 238. So yeah, you had to be in line and in tune. Let me check out your officer, see how much you pushed. Yeah, you guys probably pushed quite a bit.
I mean, a little bit.
So you had a lot of activity.
We wanted to be as prepared as possible.
Well, let me ask you: did you have a lot of activity? Did you have more than majority of the people that showed up?
Not really, no. I mean, from the other nations, they had about the same amount of activity as we did. I didn't notice that we had dramatically more players from our nation. It was pretty evened out, honestly.
You guys are all in the same
I just feel
alliance.
like one of the we're all pretty good. But I feel like one thing that we had going for us is all of our players are huge team players. Like, and on top of that, we don't have issues in between the other alliances and our nations. We're all really, really strong and in unison. So while, ours is the main alliance was taking the main towers and kicking people out of towers, we had our second alliance going in and, kicking ass as well. It wasn't just one person or one alliance that did it. Like, we fought as a whole nation.
I'm happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. Let me ask you a question real quick. So in 1070, at what part of the schedule are you going to bottom half, mid, or the upper half of the schedule? And there's a reason why I'm saying this.
You're gonna have to ask somebody that knows more than me about that. I know how to speed, fight, and heal. That's the limits of my knowledge.
Okay, so what I'm getting to with this is actually this might show if you're at the bottom half, and we all know last merger were in the 900s. A lot of 900 nations got merged, thousands got merged. If you're in the bottom half, let's say if 1069 was in the bracket below you, you're not going to be in the same bracket you are as now next season. Is what I'm trying to get to. Like
Okay.
you're gonna jump into the 900s bracket, so it's gonna be much
Got it.
tougher.
Yeah, I have no idea. And I wouldn't be surprised that it is tougher. We're always getting, like, I don't know if we've been paired with any newer nations than us very often. We're usually, like, for Frenzy, for Void, for Elite War, for everything, we're always paired with people in, like, the 800s and 900s nations. So we're expecting some more complicated events, moving forward.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get real fun for y'all. Not gonna lie, it's gonna get real fun. But no,
And
that's
it's not, it is real fun, but Jesus, I'm gonna go broke real quick doing this.
well, I mean, teamwork. Teamwork is key. Like you can have 2 mega whales, 3 mega whales, 4 mega whales, but if you only have 30 people that show up versus everyone else that brings 100 and the whole crew, yeah, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win.
That was
Like
what we noticed as well. Like against
yeah,
the other nations, one thing that we had that, and I'm not saying they didn't have teamwork because, every nation has its thing, but a lot of them had like max 4 huge whales, and then the rest of their alliances and the rest of their nation didn't know how to fight together. And
so
we have our players that are strong, but the rest of us also know how to fight together.
right. Well, I'm gonna say congratulations to you, but we're gonna move on. 1070 got that win on there. Congratulations, you guys got that shit going good. Again, like I said, if nations below you merge, uh, if you're at the bottom half, you're gonna be seeing the next bracket lower than you, the harder one, because 33
Yeah.
nations are allowed in it, and when two nations merge, well, you just open up a spot, and it goes like by pneumatic order. So
Okay. Well, I'm
when
gonna figure out how difficult it's gonna start getting then.
you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool, cool. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
No problem, no problem. Who else is in here that's got some wins? 1 second. I'm not seeing too much. 904. I know that 255 won. They just like dominated, in fact. 621 dominated. Okay, here's a good lineup right here. No, this is the ranking for the other thing. Okay. All these nations other than 877, 877 might have actually uh, been in a finals, but 621, this is what we were talking about, that one event that people went hard in. Look at these numbers that they on those officer spins. Insane.
Yeah, if I remember right, they were saying that 621 got the buffs in like 2 minutes or something.
I believe it. I believe it. And 621 and 4251, didn't they? The overall.
Yeah, I can't remember what was it 904 was the fourth one on that list? I think every single one of them won their finals.
Yeah. Yeah, 904 was in there, 858.
Yeah,
These
all
top
four of those
yeah, these
nations
top
won.
four won, yeah. And I'm assuming 877, if they were in finals, they were with 858.
Uh,
If they
I don't
were.
think they. Yeah, I don't think they made finals though.
Okay,
I
so
could be wrong.
then these top four. I mean, obviously that's actually a good thing that you showed that, because this is majority. You only get one par globe. So I mean, yeah, this is good showing. So that's four of the globes right off the bat, or brackets, I should say. How many brackets are there? Like, isn't there like only 8 or 9 brackets? So that's
For
a
group buying, I'm not sure.
yeah. I don't know about the 13 or the 1200s or some of the 1100s. I don't know about those brackets, but I know there's yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we had a single finalist in ours because ours didn't really max for one alliance on the nation buff until like the morning. So it was kind of strange how they had that many of the.
Was it like different side of the pond kind of
One.
deal, or like
What's that?
was it like different side of the pond kind of deal, like different time zones?
Yeah, probably. I mean, for ours, like 896 got the alliance buff in maybe like 2 hours or something, and then someone else got the nation buff like 12 hours later. So I don't think there were any finalists in our bracket. So it's kind of strange how they split people up.
We got a 858 here that actually have video of some.
Yeah, they had a
That's
very, very interesting finals.
wow, look at that. They were going after the 41s.
Yeah, that was round 3, Woody.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically at that point had secured the win, and we just wanted to suppress 827. So we went after their whale.
I mean,
We
honestly, that's kind of what you got to do. Like the sooner, if you know you can take a whale in the beginning of it, like even first round, if you know that you can take them as a whole, if you eliminate those whales, there's nothing they can do other than heal everything they just lost, or they're done. They're done.
Yeah, yeah, we lost that first battle.
Mhm.
We weren't fully organized, but right after battle, he ported, and we found him and came back for round 2, and we took him out in round 2. I don't know if he just gave up or didn't. I mean, he had like the second fight. There was like I think 3.7 million losses. I don't know if he wanted to heal that or not.
That's like a 50-day heal right there. I only know that because I had to do
Right?
it. I had to do it.
Yeah, you'll see the report in a second here. I
Yeah.
slowed it down for the report.
Let's see this. Ooh, ooh. That's yeah. That hurts.
Yeah, he's crazy strong too. So to be able to do that much damage with that many reinforcements, I was shocked we did that much damage.
Well, I think what everyone forgets is that just because you have a whale nation that has decent amount of troops, I think a lot of people will forget that when you have a team attack and those titans get in there, and everyone else's Titans get in there. Overall, when that Thor charges, like those
Yep.
Titans drop fast, and once those Titans drop, it's game over. Like you can, if your main Titans drop and your reinforcements come in late, you are only feeding that fire. Like
Right.
obviously, if you have a whole bunch coming at once, I mean it's a different story. But like if one just trickles in, as you're trickling in, they're being killed as they're coming in.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's.
this video here is from the very beginning of round 3,
Mhm.
and it was we just nonstop fought for the core for 30 minutes. They just kept coming and coming and coming and coming.
Yeah, 799, Ducky, and Beast were there too.
Yeah, oh yeah, they were they were religiously kicking us out of the towers on their own.
I believe it. I honestly I honestly believe I'm gonna watch that again. I mean, they're mega whales right there. Like, and you're fighting everywhere. Man, look at the lines. Let me
Yeah,
ask.
they're
Let me
coming from
let,
everywhere.
let me ask you how how was the lag? How was the crashes and everything else?
Oh, if you keep watching the video, you'll see there's a freeze right there.
Yeah.
It was freezing constantly. The lag was bad, and I have a really fast connection on a fast PC, and it was still doing that. See, there's a freeze right there.
I'm watching this. I'm watching this line. Watch how fast that line moves back and forth. And then when
Oh yeah,
you can see when Maria kicks in right there.
yeah,
You know, like, oh shit, it's game over.
yeah. And
That's,
we, we happened to win that one, but there's report after report after report where we lost.
oh, I believe it. I
So,
believe it.
oh yeah, see, we lost there,
Yeah.
and the numbers were even.
I do appreciate, and I'm sure even like 827, when people will show, I mean, not only wins, but when they're humble enough to show losses too, I appreciate that, and everyone else does too, because you know what, you're not going to win every single attack, period. So
Nope.
for those people that think we won everything, trust me, be humble, because that's why like
Oh
on my
no.
videos, I always if I lose something, I lose. I'll show that shit. People want to see it. But this is
Oh,
appreciated right there.
oh yeah. Round one, they 827 dominated. They actually held the center. We couldn't get a tower to save our lives, so we moved on to the perimeter towers and the
Hmm.
toilets,
To get any
and
little
we
points
just
you can.
yeah yeah, that was basically was get any little points we can. Our R5 was on Discord, and he's like, "Hey, we need to change. We need to move to the toilets. Forget those towers. That let them fight over it." And yeah, he just said attack that stuff. So we focused on our three little corner towers, and we had third place in round one,
Hmm.
but round two we just creamed him in round two.
You went in there you went into this one knowing that they were gonna go 1-3.
It was a calculated guess, I believe. They didn't share that plan with me. I'm just a R3, but
Right.
um, I believe that may have been the plan. Not sure, but I, either that was the plan or we changed the plan after round one went so bad. Not really sure.
This shows me the nations that actually need a merger.
Oh yeah,
Like the participation, you guys are able to get 169, 799, only 81 in the first one, and 50 in the second round, and only 98 in the third round. I mean, and you can see with the score, the points. They did try, but
oh
they're
yeah,
just the activity. They need a merger at this point.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
And luckily we've got this really really solid team. We don't have a whale. We've got some big spenders, but no whales. We got our first C41 right before GC, and all the other nations outpowered us significantly. But our C34s, we
Hmm.
have a lot of them that are really, really good. So I think that helped us. We just have a really solid team. We work well together. Our R5 hey, go here, and we'd have groups of guys go there. It was just the team just really came together.
So I did see the first round, little portions of the first round. There was a YouTuber that was live.
Yeah.
And I went on break and I was like, oh, I wonder how it's going in there. And I did see like the last half of it. Um,
Gotcha.
and it was like 827. I was like, wow, that. I was like kind of really shocked. I'm like, wow, they 827. Wow, who are
Yeah.
they? Who are they?
Exactly. And I don't know much about them, but I think they were a little bit divided. There was two main alliances, ETS and OGV.
Hmm.
And when we were kind of looking before, they had their top 25 in kind of in both alliances, but right before GC, they seemed to all come together into ETS, and we were like, oh man, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, okay. So they no, we're
Oh yeah,
all these were in the same alliance at that point.
yeah,
Like
yeah. They were
Topaz.
all in. They were all in ETS at the same point.
Hmm. I'm wondering why they just don't keep it like that.
Not sure. I don't know what the politics are over there. I know very little about it. I
Right.
know OptiCleanse is a really. I hear really good things about him. He's a really nice guy, and he's done a lot to advance that nation.
Right.
So I don't know if he's trying to get everyone together in a super alliance or what. That's what he needs to do. Is if he can get everyone together in a super alliance, they're going to be hard to stop.
I agree 100%. I mean, they already got 641s and
Oh
340s
yeah.
and people on the way. I mean,
Oh
they,
yeah.
if
They way outpower us. Way outpower us.
yeah, if they can get all these guys in the same alliance and just keep it like that, and usually when you do make an alliance like that, obviously you're gonna have people pushing back, so on and so forth. But if you just deal for like two voids worth, like so 2 months, it
Yep.
it will be like you guys are already family at that point. You guys will
Exactly.
but like leaving after GCs and going your separate alliances, it's gonna continue to stay like that. So you're gonna hinder yourself come void, come other events, EW. Um, it's best to just make that move and stay at that move and and just do it like that. Um, so you can be
Yeah.
competitive against every other event.
Yeah. I wish someone was here from them, but I don't think I'm not seeing anyone. But the other guys, they gave us. I mean, it was a total slugfest. 799 was coming at us. 796 was coming at us. I mean, we had them coming from everywhere. Those guys, all of those nations are crazy strong.
Oh yeah, well it's the finals. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what the
Oh
finals
yeah.
are about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. This Laskin 796.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? We did see you
I'm doing
guys.
all right.
So how did you guys take it? I know I seen Polar flying around here and there when I was a little bit I was able to see. I did hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, or be non-disclosure. I heard that someone in 9-6 left the game. One of your whales. Is this true? You don't have to answer
It
that if you're wrong.
changed operators, but an original had come back, and the other guy he just decided to get out of it. So it's not a bad thing. We have 641s, a 40, and a 39, and some 38. So we just as you can see by the numbers, participation was our downfall. We just didn't have the numbers to compete.
I know that feeling, dude. Trust me, I know that feeling. Ours, we didn't have the numbers either. But in ours, we kind of already knew we weren't going to win it. Because of the numbers, we're two unlocked nation or two single merged nations versus two double merged nations. We already kind of knew going in it that there's just no way. We don't have the numbers to compete like this.
Right? Yeah, we're a single merged nation too.
Yeah. But
So,
I mean, you guys.
I mean, looking at the reports, I mean, if it was a void, we would have won on points because even though we didn't have the numbers, our attack and our power is great, but it was GC, it wasn't void, so it didn't matter. We just didn't have the participation. There's some communications, just someone's kind of having different plans. Couldn't get us all in on a single attack, probably because we were spreading ourselves too thin, trying to control too many towers. Because I'd see somebody calling out, "Hey, let's hit this tower," and I'm busy tied up over with my Titans in another tower, trying to get out of that battle to try and join the crew.
Okay, so like for future reference, not only you but for other nations, we'll just pretend that this is a GC because it's like it's similar to what GC looks like, but a little different. You should have the slow walkers and have that R4, and then whatever that R4 posts something, those are what they listen to, and then you got the speeders such as the whales, and you have a leader of the speeders post something, and whatever that leader posts something, the whales speed with that. So that way you always have that one person. Then you have the little side people that are fighting in the toilets. If that's the case, if they post something, the second fleet goes into there, not the first one, never the first one, unless it's an R41 or so on and so forth. So having those different team leaders and having your players pay attention who's posting what and knowing this person like we'll just say SMF right down there. SMF we'll just say that he was the one posting for the slow walkers, to had their way there. They would listen when they see his name, that's where he goes. That's where that team goes. And then you say me as a speeder and kick people out. If I'm posting, that means all the speeders, the mega whales, they're all flying to that one spot. And that's kind of like a lot of things that people have to recognize, that you have to have those two separate communications going on.
We were trying a little bit of that, but we just didn't have the participation that we needed. That was just basically it. I mean,
was it a shit show basically? Ours was a shit show. I'm not gonna lie. Ours was a shit show.
A little bit, yeah. There's some aspects. Like I said, we were just spread too thin to really make a difference. Maybe we should have concentrated more on the toilets, but we were trying to get that center towers and the buffs from them, and we could go in and take it, but we just couldn't hold it.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks. Taking it's fine, holding it sucks. Because usually when you're sitting there and by the time that battle's over, you got a whole nother alliance waiting their turn.
We had a few of those where we'd send and get there and have to wait for the next battle, and we knew that it's not going to be pretty.
This is going to cost some heals. Quickly take that heal tower. Someone get that heal tower. We need it now.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it was a lot of fun, a lot of great battles. I mean, congratulations, 858. You guys really came together. And they're just some epic battles.
Oh yeah, there was some amazing battles. I mean, you guys kicked us out of those towers so many times as well. I could not believe the strength of you guys at times. Polar Bear and Tesseract and you guys would come flying in, and we're like, all right, everybody retreat. We'll go back and we'll take this back.
Yep. Yeah, well, like I said, round one, yeah, it was a slugfest. I did round one and round two myself, and round two, it a lot of the same. As a big challenge. Just hitting cities, trying to weaken the other side. They were doing the same to us. Just it was a slugfest all 3 rounds, and by the 3rd round, we knew we were had, so we were just getting points where we could.
Well,
yeah, just causing mayhem wherever you could.
That's kind of what you have to do.
Everyone in 858 was on fire.
So let me ask you guys for future references for other people. At what point, fighting for the middle, do you know to back off and go to the toilets? At what point, time wise?
We were smart. We probably would have done that after the first 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would think our R5 called round one after about 10, 15 minutes when we couldn't even hold the attack or heal tower. He was like, all right, we need to back off. We need to see where we can get some points. And that's when he redirected us to the perimeter towers and the toilets. But even that was, I mean, we had to fight tooth and nail to hold on to those points.
Well,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, second round, I was kind of splitting myself between trying to help everybody at center, and then somebody'd shout out, "Hey, we need this tower cleaned." I'd either speed a fleet over or teleport real quick, knock them out, and say, "Hey, get in that tower so I can get back into the fight."
Yep.
I'm trying to find the YouTuber that that was hosting your guys's.
Oh, it's X.
Exy, yeah.
I'm trying to find her. There it is, right here. I'm gonna grab her link.
There it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab her links, and so people that want to see that battle that happened there, she had it. She was live on her YouTube channel, and if you guys do watch it, be sure to sub to her and like it, because us YouTubers, we don't get paid for this shit. So remember that. That's
Right,
a link
right.
to their battle if you guys want to watch that, and it's an hour and a half. So and if
Yeah,
not,
Yep.
she streamed
I watched.
around.
I was on her podcast there for the third round because I did 1 and 2. I couldn't play 3.
I believe 904 did too. They did theirs. So if 904 wants to drop their link in here too, people can watch it. Because I mean, there's a lot of people in your nation, in your globes, guys. So, and if they don't have access to what happened and see it, they can't, see what happened. They just go and buy like a report, which people want to see the battles. They want to see it.
Right.
They want to see people burn.
That's a whole new perspective to it.
Yeah, it is. And you by watching old videos, you can strategically come up with a plan of how you can make stuff, or you can watch one nation or one alliance how they did it, and come up with a plan for the next season. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like I know on my channel, like I noticed once it's the last week of GC, before it was started to go GC, the number of views on my old videos from GC of the other nations, they went up a lot, because people started watching to see exactly what kind of nation this is. Are they a fighting nation? Do they speed attack cities? Or are they just going for the towers? So on and so forth. Like those.
Yeah, just like a boxing trainer.
Exactly.
To watch these old videos. Learn
Exactly.
what your opponent's doing.
And that's what you call doing your homework. Doing your homework.
Exactly.
It's not just looking at their nation, but okay, they got this 41s and this with their officer power. No, you got to watch and see how they fight. That's the best way to, if there's a video. 425 also won their GC as well. I remember seeing that one. Did we have all the?
No. It was definitely fun battles. Don't know if anybody was really kind of taking sides, teaming up, maybe hitting some of the others, or vice versa. But it was a lot of fun. So that's what it boils down to. It's a game. Go out, have fun. There's always a winner. There's always a loser, and we give our hats off to the winners. And well, watch for us next season.
You got to watch out for them. But go ahead.
We look forward to it. We look forward to the challenge, and it was great fighting you guys, and we look forward to doing it again. Hopefully, it would be nice to see it again in the next time around.
Well, just remember, there's going to be a merger most likely before next season. So, and a lot of people will be like, "Well, these guys were in last season, so on and so forth." But once there's a mega merge that happens, dude, it might drop. It might drop the people that were in the finals last season. It might drop them to where they can't even compete anymore to get into the next season. Like, for instance, in our bracket, we got 901. They just recently got merged, and they got, or not 901, 701. They recently just got merged, like, right before, and I see them next season being a problem if they're still in our bracket. Like, they're going to be a problem. When I say problem, I mean they're going to be strong. and I'll show you what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone in the latest list of mergers that were in our globe,
Mhm.
but I know there's going to be more coming out. So hopefully we get a second merger ourselves. That would be nice. And
Hopefully, but
yeah,
also,
we need poor guys like 896 to at least get one merger.
mhm. Or 717, they're going to be a problem next season too. Like,
Yeah,
there's going to be a lot of these nations that you guys kicked and burned from preliminaries or semis. They're going to remember
yeah.
it. Just saying, they're going to remember it.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, we lost last year, but we're coming.
We're
You know,
coming.
we came in third, and then we came in second, and now we're first, and that third and second, that just drove us. That just pushed us to win this time. I mean, it's like months and months of planning and preparing, and everyone save your heels, everyone save your gold. I
Yeah.
mean, it was insane.
Yep, that's a lot of what we did because we were hoping to repeat, but we just couldn't make it happen this season.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys had the title last season.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's a prime example of, like, you had it last season, but then another nation just fucking mushroomed up, and you're like, wow, we can't compete at this point.
Right. Well, just like you were saying a minute ago and whatnot, I mean, things change in a hurry, or people leave the game, whatever, and yeah, it's lots of planning, and you just hope people show up.
Yeah, that's a lot of. I'm noticing a lot of these nations' issues. They might have like a super powerhouse nation, but the activity wise, because they're on the other side of the pond. When I say pond, I mean the ocean. They won't be there, and the
Right.
numbers ain't there. For instance, like 7-1 right here. I'm looking. I have them here because for a reason. By time next season, they're gonna have. I'm literally gonna say 841s. Even though they got two that are 39s now, they're gonna push Kazam and Wisher. They'll probably get to 41 by that time, and then they'll have up to 1140s, and then the 37s. These will probably be like 39s or 38s, and they got a lot.
Right.
So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like when I'm looking at, like, okay, who's gonna be an issue next season? These guys will be an issue, and they're all in the same alliance except for Wicker or The Witcher, which I think that will.
Well,
they're
that's a lot like our nation. We have our basic super alliance, and our second alliance. Great players and everything, but just not a lot of strength. They got I think they got a 38 in there, and a couple of 36s, but the majority of them are 34s and 5s. So great meat shields, but the power. So with just the one alliance and only having 100 members, and if a group of them don't show up, it really hurts.
It does. It does hurt. It does hurt. Not gonna lie, it hurts a lot, especially when you're counting on them. You know before it starts, you had the whole, all right, what rounds people showing up, and you're like, okay,
Oh yeah.
well, and all of a sudden the people that hit 1 and 3, like some of them don't show up. Like we were counting on you. Where were you? It happens.
Right. But you also got to always think in the back of your mind too, though, that this is a game. Life sometimes takes priority.
That's facts. That is facts. You get someone to run your city.
So
Get someone to run your city. That's what people are saying.
Right.
If you ain't gonna be there, someone has to be there.
Someone's got it, hopefully. So, but yeah, great fun. We're looking forward to next season, and we're just going to keep pushing forward, hoping for that we do get a good merger here before long, and we're just going to keep fighting.
Honestly, that's all you really can do if we're being real. So
Yep.
not at
Same here.
GCs. Go ahead.
I was just saying, same here. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're doing really well. We're doing good in Elite War. We're doing well here. We swore we weren't going to play in polar, but we won the last couple of polars, so we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what
that's a
happens.
damn lie.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Polar's that's a tough one.
It's
Some days
fun.
you enjoy it, and other days you're like, why do I even bother?
Well, I remember we went up against you in 858 in polar, and that was only days beforehand. And that's what I asked you. Why did you guys go so hard?
Yeah, yeah.
You're in finals.
And we kind of asked ourselves, what are you guys doing? Aren't you saving your heels and speed? Well, it's just I can't help myself. I just mashed that button. Yeah, I know.
It's like us at reset. The first thing we look at are the specials. What's in the store? What's in the store? Like I haven't even done my fucking dailies yet. I'm here looking at the store.
Exactly.
Right. What's on sale today?
Yep.
Exactly.
That's how you know you have an issue.
And then they released that new equipment on the Drill Masters, and 2 days before GC. Really, 2 days.
Right.
Oh. So everyone's dropping another grand.
I wish I can say just a grand. I wish.
Right. Well, I don't spend like those guys do, so it was like a couple $100 for me. But some of those guys had that stuff at level 15. It's like, oh yeah, check it out. This is what it does at level 15. I'm like, wow, I'm lucky to have level 5.
Facts.
Yeah.
That you're not lying there, man. Like, but I mean, the people that are gonna buy it, they're gonna buy it. Can't really hate on that. Unfortunately, they're gonna get it.
We all play at our level.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
100%.
As long as you're with a good group, you're trying. Yeah.
Yep.
Hit the send button.
So right now we have head of state. I believe it's throughout the entire game. Now I think
I just noticed that it was saying head of state, and then it started up, and we're in building phase, and it just says frenzy. It's kind of curious if it just kind of went away, or
no. So let me go into the season, which is right here. So first round is going to be frenzy. Second round will be void, and then third round will be frenzy again. And then I believe the next season is going to be void, frenzy, void. And then it just continues to do that.
Oh, so it's more of not really a change in the game. It's just a ranking.
So yeah, it's just a different. It's the same thing. So the only difference is that these 3 rounds, round 1, 2, and 3, you're gonna know who you're up against. You don't have to contact your VIP. Like literally at reset after frenzy, you're going to show your score, and then they're going to literally show you who you're up against next in 2 weeks. So you know between these 8 nations, these are the 8 nations that are going to be fighting each other. And then, like, one winner will fight the other winner, and one loser will fight the other loser, so on and so forth. And obviously at the very end of it, in round 3, the 2 top players are going to fight each other, and then whoever wins that wins the whole thing.
So they've kind of turned it into a bracket.
Correct. So you no longer have to contact your VIPs, and majority of these are decently matched with other nations.
Here, I think we got 8, 7. No, we got 6, 6, 7. Hold on.
Like we have 925, that Lock Nation we were just talking about in GC. They're in our bracket. So one of these rounds, if they win against 601, and if we win against 776, not saying we will, but if we do, it's a good possibility that we might see them in Void.
Okay, so it's going to be kind of like a bracket, and everyone that's close in points will get another shot at it, basically.
Yeah, the 2 winners will be going up against each other, and then, so on and so forth. Third round.
Yeah, and probably the second place from them would be the second place from the other one, and so on and so forth. Okay. And we're going to be, our first bracket is 667.
You know anything about them or no?
No, not really. I'm not the research guy.
I wonder, while before I even hit this officer thing. I'm wondering if the whole research and upgrading is going to be counted, the technology. I'm wondering if the officers are going to be counted towards that. So I guess we'll check and see. So right now I am at phase complete 0. I'm a 0. So let's just test this and see if this works. And if it does, people are going to go ham on this officer shit again.
Spend money. Spend money.
I want to do the increase to melee. All right, so we'll do that once, twice. All right, let's see if that does anything for my score. Absolutely nothing. So that just rules out the whole officer thing. This has no.
Well, we just spoiled that. Camel's going to take your idea and throw that in there.
But you know what I mean. Like if that did count towards it, oh my god, it's gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah, everybody's going to be upgrading if it did.
Yeah. So everyone asks me, Woody, why are these at level 1, level 2? And right now is the reason why they are. And I'll show you why.
Because you got to destroy them to rebuild them.
Yep. And the first 13 levels is free, right?
Right.
All right. So that's only one, level 13. And I got points from them, right? I got 74,000 from 1 going to 13. So imagine if everyone in your alliance and your farms, did that in your nation.
Woody, it's not too late to do it also. You actually can't go negative. So if you have no points, you can kill buildings now and it won't go negative, and then you can bring them back up to 13 for free points.
Did they change that?
No.
I thought that, because I tried that once and it went negative. So we're at 74,250. We'll go ahead and try that right now.
Just well, no,
you have points. I'm saying you can't go negative.
If you have 0 points, you can't lose any points. So now that you have points, it won't work. But if you do it when you're at 0, then it does.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that right now.
So let's see if I put all these at 13. Yeah, I think 2 of them were at a couple, 3 of them were at whatever. They're real low, but we'll give you the average about what your farms by putting them to 13 can get you in points. Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
It's a very decent amount. I think I did this exact math like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something, and it ended up being something like 650 million or some shit for the entire alliance. If literally every single, obviously not everyone's going to do it.
Right, but I mean, even your farms. If you imagine doing it in all your farms in your nation.
Yeah, it's a very sizable amount.
And these are guys I know I'm gonna get yelled at on the side after this, but these are the kind of tricks and tips that you can use. But you know me,
right?
I'm all about tricks and tips. Just a tip. Just saying.
Just a tip.
All right, let's see. Now they've got these just a 13, and you can go further if you really want to go into, like I'll bring
and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they're really not resources, because I mean, if you have that card, that the privilege card is what they call it. It's okay. Let's see. So 594,000. So I'm assuming it would be like 610 right around there, because I had some at level 2 and level 3. So imagine 100 people in your alliance that did that. Okay, so that's a big jump. So that'd be like 50 million points right there. And then imagine your farms doing that. Now, to have your farmers to commit to that, that's a different story. You know what I mean? So
you're right.
That's just a tip and trick. Not many people will do that. I get it. I understand that. But if you're a competitive nation, they might do that. Or they just wait to the kill event and hope to God someone's bubble drops. Which might not ever happen.
Nothing's worse than a well-bubbled nation. Such a boring event.
Well, it's not bad if you walk into there winning.
Well, yeah. There are those that strategize that way.
Well, what I mean by that, if you're a war nation and you like to fight, and you're counting on a fight, right? It's not bad going into there winning. Hold on. Bandit, can you mute your mic, please?
I don't want. Here, let's wipe your face real quick.
All right, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, Bandit. Sorry, Bandit. It happens.
It happens.
It happens. I'll mute him when he messages saying, "Hey, I'm sorry." But going into their winning and knowing that you're a void nation, you want to kill. It forces them, if they want to win or be compatible, it forces them to come to your nation. It forces them to attack, which will intensify the actual void or the frenzy. Now, if they're not a void nation or a war nation and they're winning and recruiting, you bet your ass they're going to bubble the whole entire time. They have the win already. So why take that chance? That's unfortunate. It is what it is. Who is that? Is that Barry? It is Barry. Stay away from gas station pizza. I like my gas station pizza, Barry. I like it. All right, so there's a tip right there. Hopefully people don't use it, but some people will. I will say, Frenzy Void guys, stop playing a bubble game. I get it, especially Frenzy. Why are you?
No loss event.
Yeah, it's a no loss event. Like I see so many times. I see so many times in GC chat and in Nation chat, people saying, "Oh, are you guys gonna fight?" Well, I mean, if you're noticing they're all bubbled, I'm pretty sure you're all bubbled too. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, you always start the countdown. Do they have similar rules to us? Is it the 3 hours or 4 hours before? When are those 8-hour bubbles going to drop, and when are those 24-hour bubbles going to drop?
Well, I mean, you can look in, if you're up against a certain nation, you can go into nation chat, and sometimes, such as our nation chat, we will put our rules to the nation out there. You know, so that would give you a heads up. And
yep, most nations do.
Yeah, so like right here, my rules. But my rules are, I don't care if people see them. My rules in my nation are very simple. Like, they are very, very simple. But there's some other nations out there that they have rules like 48 hours need to be bubbled beforehand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 48 hours.
Wow.
Well, I mean, those are the kind of nations that they struggled in discipline and bubbles would drop. So they started off with 2 hours. That didn't work. They started off with 8 hours. That didn't work. Moved it to 24 hours. That still didn't work. So now they're at a 48-hour point, and so that forces them to use a 3-day bubble. Because
if you're not a fighting nation, that was probably a smart move.
It is what it is. Some nations, believe it or not, they will put in their signature, like how you say mine says YouTuber Woody Jason Vet. They'll tell people, if you got 1 week to put the enemy nation or whatever different kind of signature there is. Like, a lot of people use the enemy nation, and if you don't have it by within that hour or two or whatever time frame is, you're able to be burned open to the nation. And those are more like a starter nation kind of shit to see who quit, who didn't quit. Because there's nothing worse than seeing like a 35. If those are one of your top players, just walk away from the game and you don't know if they quit or not, and his bubble stays down the entire void. There's nothing worse than that. So a lot of nations will use that signature thing as something to change. But we have in ours, we have 776, and here's a really funny thing, is that we've had 776 in GC. It was preliminaries. We had them in semis, and we've had them. I believe it was Frenzy or Void. Like the last one, it wasn't Void. It was Frenzy, I think. Let me double check. I could be wrong. And if I am, I'm sorry. But we've had them so many times. Like, what is going on? Why are we consistently against 776? Maybe it wasn't Void or Frenzy, but I know it was against them in semis and preliminaries. It was like back to back to back. It's like, what's going on? Now we have them here in Frenzy. It doesn't make sense. I feel bad.
Well, that may be kind of a question of on every face-up you've had with him. Has it been close, or is maybe Campbell trying to figure out who's the stronger?
Well, I mean, in preliminaries and semis, they did help us eliminate the Lac Nations for GC. They did, and those.
Well, I think everybody did a lot of that.
Correct, and I think I need to make this clear for other people that are making deals with other GC nations. The best way to go into it is this, guys. If you guys all agree to knock out a Lac Nation, leave it at that. If you guys knock them out and you're able to get into the finals, let it be all four balls to the wall in the finals. Because I've found, and some certain other people have found that has tried this before, that it just creates animosity and chaos between your fellow other relationships of other alliances, or other nations, I should say. So at the finals, let it be whoever takes it all. You guys made it to the finals, so what? Go for it. I mean, we might be able to make an agreement like no one burns cities, but I mean, someone's gonna get burnt, no matter what. Someone's gonna get burnt. We all know that.
Yeah, making those agreements of it never usually works out because somebody doesn't get the memo and they get hit, and all of a sudden, hey, he hit me, so a group goes hit them, and they're, well, hey, they're hitting there, and then it snowballs, and then like the final, every city's on fire.
Yeah, unless you get your way, I was like, yeah, I'm not concerned about that. You came too close to the fence. But that's something that I would say. Just if you're gonna make it, just get to the finals and then everyone go ham to avoid complications in the future between nation relationship. And you'll notice in the future nation relationship, it means a lot further on into the game. I promise you that. Anyways,
yeah. Say something goes south, you screw somebody over, and you get a merger with them. Oh, the Civil War.
It might cause a civil war, or it might be like, okay, guys, I'm sorry this happened, so on and so forth. But it might cause a civil war, or imagine you're in them next season. They're gonna remember that. It's gonna be all out war. They won't even give a fuck about preliminary, semis, or finals. They just want that open bubble kind of deal. Like I've seen it happen in the past.
Yeah, you don't want to burn bridges. That's bad. It can be painful.
Very painful. Very, very painful. Again,
Woody, they have to make the deals first class, man. It's super annoying when people think there are deals and there aren't deals, and then other people don't think there are deals and there are deals. Like the last time we participated in the GC with 796 and 791, somebody from 791 posted that nobody was going to attack cities, and then all of a sudden everybody thought this was a deal, but it was never agreed to. I never would have agreed to that, and it's just stupid. They should make it first class, charge 10,000 gold or whatever to set another nation to union. Just make the deal first class. Camel can make some money, and everybody can see what's really going on.
That wouldn't be bad. Expose everything right off the bat. That wouldn't, honestly, that wouldn't be bad. Huh. I like that.
I mean, that's
an interesting take.
That's my simple opinion on it. And then once it's union, you can't attack them. So it's like everybody sees the real deal, and also the game prevents you from breaking the deal. Everything's clear.
Like setting like a union with a different nation kind of deal, like how we can't do it in our own nation.
Yeah, like exactly the way that you can't attack somebody in your union in your nation. If you could do the same thing in GC finals, and then if you set a deal with 732 or whatever and said we're not going to attack each other, great. Then the game actually prevents the attack. So no more of this like, oh, they attacked me first. I don't know about you, man. You get into these deals and then all of a sudden your alliance is crying about them, and then you're getting messages over Viber or Discord or whatever with reports saying your nation did it first.
Yeah,
so it's all a headache. It's all It's a distraction. Just charge me 10,000 gold. Let me set union, and then we don't hit each other. Camel makes more money. The deal is obvious. I don't know why they would not want to do this.
I agree, but I also think that if they did allow that, um, less people will play GC. Because if they seen, okay, well, 799 and 791 are going to work together, and there wasn't another agreement on the other side, those other two nations might not even show up.
Bro, the game is crack anyways.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to sit out. Your nation decided they didn't want to sit out. You spent a bunch of gold and speeds.
Yep.
I don't even know what place you took, but I bet you wish you had that for Frenzy this weekend instead.
I do.
I mean,
I do.
Right. So the game is crack anyway. So even if they did this, so then yeah, you guys maybe would have sat out finals. It's not like Camel would have lost money. You're still gonna burn it on Frenzy, or you're gonna have an amazing Elite Wars this week because you guys saved that. Like you're gonna take the crack regardless.
I actually missed my Elite War this morning with 9.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I missed it. I was like waiting to go up. I told everyone, yeah, I'm not going to show up, and then I literally was waiting for it. Like I had 20 minutes beforehand, and I was out cold on the couch. I'll replay the video. It did not last long at all. I'll give 904 the credit. But yeah, I didn't even show up. I was like, damn. First thing that came out of my mouth when I woke up to my alliance, guys, I'm so sorry. I passed out waiting. Like you see Cash at the top, they're all the mega ones are going to the top trying to flank. So it's like they knew what they were doing. Even if I was there, we would have still lost. Put it that way, we would have still lost. Like they're already at our base. We'll speed this up to 8. Yeah, we were still look at all the speeding that's happening, guys.
Wow.
And this is kind of like how you kind of want to do EW. You got your your kill fleet, and you got the speeders. They're always keeping you back, always keeping you, like, I would say, humble. Because when those mega whales are coming here, guess what? If they don't go back there, it's already over. You know what I mean? So they're holding us back while everyone else approaches and locks you in. That's kind of how you want to do Elite War. Obviously, in the older nations, you're going to have more speeders than that. You have speeders up here. You have speeders coming here, while this kill team is still approaching. Yeah, they played it very well. Look, they don't stop speeding. Look at down here, too. They don't stop. Honestly, I'm happy I didn't show up.
Yeah, we have Elite War with them next week, so
good luck.
This is helpful. Thank you.
Good luck.
Pay attention.
So, I mean, I'm going to admit, 904, they're speeders, but 904 that you're listening, 858 are speeders too. So, and we will go into that one, which they whomped us as well. So I'll make it fair. Right here. I've got to make it fair. We can't just, show one replay.
Right.
Got to make it fair so you guys both know what you're going up against. We'll put this to 4.
We've already watched their videos of Elite War.
Oh, so you already did your homework. I don't know. Did they even speed this one? I know one of the ones I came in, I was live for, and they all sped. I think it lasted 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and it was game over.
It might have been the one before this, Woody.
It might have been.
This one was recent. There, the one that you did live was probably like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, let's see if it's still in the report. All right, so that one was this bottom one. So, oh, perfect timing. This is the next it dropped off. Perfect timing. So I guess we're gonna see when they start speeding. I'm not even sure yet. There they go. I believe this was the one I was live with too.
It was, yeah, and that's where you coined our guys as the whale containment crew.
Yeah. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't. Yeah, you see me trying to freaking hold you guys off, and it just did not work.
Yeah, I remember being on this live and in the moment being like, "Have you ever played 858 before?" Oh, I was like, "I have."
Yep. I think it was right around here. I was like, well, we lost this one.
I remember we rushed your base.
Yep. Even with the 44 in there. There's another
There they all
alliance.
are. There's the speed right there.
Yeah, there's the
and
your
there's
ankles,
the
I'm
proof.
coming in.
And right there, that shows right in GC2 participation.
That's absolutely right there. Yeah, and I've showed you guys before. They don't have as many 41s as we do, but they were all there. We had, I think that was what 48 we had. You guys probably had, I don't know how many you guys have. It didn't show me a number, but you guys had like 60, I think it was 60, 65. There was a lot participation. Participation.
Yeah.
We have any questions about stuff like that people may want to ask? Anyone?
Woody, there's some old school advice that I don't think is good anymore.
Such as?
Keep your city lower so that you can have an easier Medici, so you can catch more uranium, so you can upgrade your city later. So it seems like some people still think it's good to skip levels, but with the officer equipment, your stats are so much higher than they used to be relatively, and fleet size matters more than it has recently. And so anybody sitting on a lower level that could just upgrade and take a garage is making a bad choice, in my opinion. I think they're holding themselves back, to be honest. So it's not a question, but it would just be, I don't know.
I agree.
Some info for people that are using old strategies of like holding back for Medici for uranium. You're missing the big picture at this point, I think.
I guess the biggest question that we're having right now with these, because you brought up officer equipment, is with these purple, do you go attack all troops or do you go melee defense?
I balance it myself.
I've had so many people ask me, well, which one would you go? And I'm just like, well, it's hard to say which one I would go because, like, at one point you want to raise your HP, your melee HP, and your defense with those, but on the other hand, you want to also raise your attack as well. So if you don't if you don't know which one to spend on, it's like, which one has more, or which one can you use to balance? I'm kind of balanced myself, so now it's like, which one am I gonna go with? I still.
The answer to that, I think, would be depends on where your strengths and weaknesses are in other areas.
Well, I mean,
say you're fighting to get those upgrades for the those Titan blue diamond things, and you don't have enough of them, but you can buy some officer equipment to get a similar upgrade. I guess It depends on where your strengths and weaknesses are and other things of what you can afford to upgrade at that moment.
For the you're talking about for these equipment, for the equipment for your
Yeah,
pets.
yeah, because there's similar buffs for HPs and attacks and different levels and tiers. So you're fighting to upgrade there, but you can get a little bit of a percentage on the equipment, and obviously the equipment's a lot cheaper and faster to accumulate than the other stuff. So that's probably the answer to that question.
I'm just gonna repeat what Lee God already says. The equipment is OP right now. Buy it and balance it. That's his opinion. That's what he said the other day, anyways, and I would agree with that completely.
If they haven't done it in War and Order, they're not going to do it here.
It's true. That is true. This is the sister game.
Well, you hear the term paper city. Might be a C40 or 41 on the outside, but all they did was upgrade walls and halls and skipped over the other stuff. So they're actually a 37.
There's honestly, there's a lot of those.
He's talking about a real thing. So there's like C40s that haven't upgraded for whatever reason, and now C36s that have done the officer equipment are spanking those C40s.
Yep.
There's a, what is it, 621. There's a C34, I think. Motherfucker has like 1600 LRA, and he just parks in like Chaos Land and Iron Blood and just racks up the kills because most people aren't getting through them.
Oh yeah, I've seen some uranium mine reports here not long ago of we guess it was a 34 or 35, and he had like 13 or 1400 LAR, and it was crazy.
Let's check and see which guy you're talking about. Oh, he's a 34, so I won't be able to see him. Not in 621. You said 34 or 36?
He's probably got
I
good
was
kills.
guessing it was 621. It's one of the older nations when I ran into him with Iron Blood.
621 C34.
What
And he's
nation?
a Japanese, like 621 C34.
So it won't even be in a ranking, so you won't even be able to tell. Well, maybe from the officers.
Look at the kill ranking.
Yeah, that's
Leah's
good.
got all the intel. She's a spy.
Yeah, I still don't know which one it is.
He's in LXA.
Alexei?
LXA, that one there. That one you can past it. There.
Hold on.
Rank 11. Rank 11.
Oh, L. I thought you said O. Okay, so they're in this. Oh, I can't see their. Let's go into the alliance.
He gets top 3 every void.
So this guy right here?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
The C34. He gets like top 3 or 5 he's every time top 5.
Well, I mean, he's got to have some troops too. Like, you can't go top 5 with like only 40 million against 41s. That's really hard to do. Even with those stats, you got to have some troops, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He sacrifices most of his troops every void.
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. Now, would he be rank? I guess who is it? Is what I'm asking. Who is it? This guy, Papa.
The leader, I think.
This guy. Okay. 226 million kills. That ain't bad. For 34, that ain't bad at all. So yeah, that would make sense.
Wow.
He's got some losses too, but I mean those kills.
Yeah, he recruits it all and then just loses it all in void, and then does it again, and is just completely happy as a C34. But it hits like a C37, C38. It is very strong, like a well built one.
Now let me ask you: if a 41 comes and hits him, is he?
He will be zeroed, but they hide troops really well there.
Gotcha. So they're aware of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Good. That's impressive, though. 34 of you said 16 LRA.
I don't know if it's that high, if I'm honest. I think it's probably 13 or 1400 melee and LRA. But
Yeah, it
I
might
mean,
have
it
been
could be
buffed
much
up
higher now. It could be much
slightly
higher
for
now.
Iron Blood.
That's still impressive, though. Like, as a 34. That's
Yeah,
very
and
impressive.
No doubt.
this is what I was saying with I can't remember who I had the conversation with before, but I was saying that these C34s, they've got such little risk that they can play like that,
Yeah, they can. Every
and
single
they
time.
can play really well.
I got a C-35 that thinks it's a 37, so I have no problem sending it off to get eaten.
Well, I mean, if he's one of those guys that thinks he's a 37 and he's a 35 and his stats can't match it, yeah, that might be. Go ahead, guys, get him. He's all yours. I hate to say it like that. No one wants their nation to get zero. Well, maybe there are some nations that want some players to be zeroed out. Like, here's the coordinates. He's unbubbled. Get him now. You know, like.
Alaska, is that Top Boy?
What's that?
I was asking Alaskan if that was Top Boy. I think he's a C-35 and he's likes to go headstrong into stuff he can't fight in.
I can't wait to test this guy out tonight after I get done. Not that guy. Where is
He's
that guy?
in your mind?
I'm talking. I don't know. I'm looking for him, but he literally, this guy, Lock Nation guy. Where's this guy at now? Yeah, this guy's super strong. I can't beat him. I used to be able to. I can't beat him now. This guy's dropped like 10 G's. Super strong.
Wow.
But this guy right here, try to talk to some of the players, very respectable, and they don't talk back the same way. But they deleted the GC chat. The people that are in my bracket, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Very disrespectful. You would think. Anyways, any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? I think we have some. I want to see some of the 300s go against some of these lock nations. I really do. Because I used to play in the 300 nations, and I know how strong they are. They're very strong. So I would love to see some of them be matched up.
Tell Camel to quit fucking around and let him find out.
Well, I mean, something might be happening. I don't know. But something might be happening to where things might be switched a different way. Maybe. Anyone know with the bounty hunter rifle? With the, you know what? I have the freaking thing. Never. Why am I even asking? Sorry.
Woody, just ask Clue. He's in the chat.
Clue. By chance, you know what the last one for the gold for the bounty hunter rifle on Maria is?
Which one's that? Is that the one on Maria?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I should push this to 15 real quick or focus elsewhere.
Way there. I've got my got all this written down somewhere. I know off the top of my head many times. That's that increased melee HP one with the shield. With the the increased melee HP and the share damage one. Yeah, it's the same one.
This is
I think it's the same one on the Storm first one.
This is a good one. So I have to get to 15. Okay, yeah, that is a good one. I've seen a lot of people focus on that one too. All right, so I got that gold. I don't think I have enough to make this twice. I don't. Well.
Cowboy just posted it in chat too.
Okay. Geez, level 11 already, Cowboy? Jesus Christ. Increased damage to Titans. Yeah, I got my. I was working working a little bit on that one too. Um, level 6. I'm at that point where I don't know which one I should go, the attack or the HP. I'm at that point. Like that's why I haven't used it yet. I'm like, which one do I want to go? Which one do I want to go? Hmm. That's why I was bringing it up earlier. Like, which one would you guys pick? Trying to take off. What one would you guys pick?
Whichever's cheapest.
What's that?
Lowest level. I always do whichever one's the lowest level, whether it's the HP or the attack.
Well, honestly that's hard to tell. I mean, actually, I guess it's not. I guess I can go to mines and check. Where's my officers? I can just give a swing. All right. I do want to use a buff though. I don't like using my advanced buffs. At least not too much. There. I used that one. The little one. Alright, let's see if we can find someone that I'm looking for.
Upgrade to the mines.
To the mines. I also have to say, guys, just because you win in the mines does not mean you're gonna win in void fleet for fleet. Please remember that. There's many people that can beat me in the mines, but then when it comes to fleet for fleet in void, they fucking lose really badly, like really bad. I don't want to go against someone easy either, but I don't want to get my ass literally ringed out either. Does that make sense?
No, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but I did run them at some point. So basically, if you max all your breakthroughs, right? So all the breakthroughs that only work on attacking only. So Zeus, Selena, Freya, all those. It's about the equivalent of a 50k fleet boost to the attacker versus the defender.
It's a big difference, honestly.
Yeah, so that's why it's and that's why like when you go into Ironblood and you've got these again 7 million versus 7 million fleets, the attacker pretty much always wins.
Oh, absolutely,
100%. Because it's such a huge difference.
100%. They will always win.
That dissertation you did, Clue, is amazing. Thanks.
It helped.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know if you've seen that, Woody. He like totally broke it all down, full analyzation on everything, numbers, you name it.
Where is this at?
I know it was in the mosh pit.
All right,
the breakthrough one.
Yeah.
Or the expertise.
Let me look.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's in 904 Discord, I think. But I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
Yeah. I understand not wanting to share a link to certain things. I get that.
That's all right. It's. I just don't know whether you're in. You know what? I can invite you in.
I'm in the mosh pit. I know I'm in that one. The 923 global.
There's 904 one that I just sent to you.
Okay.
If you go into, there's a couple in there.
Let me pull this aside because I don't remember if we have anything that we talked about, personal. I hate opening up personal messages. No, I was not in it. Okay, I am now though.
Okay. If you look in the officer section, there's a couple of threads there, which I've tried to do a bit of a explanation on, the different breakthroughs. why they're good, why they're not good, what they actually mean, and then on the expertise to equipments as well.
All right, let me see. You said it's down. Whoa, which one is it?
Go up, so click on officers, and that should expand. There might be a couple of sub threads under there. Don't know. Can anyone?
Nope, I don't got permission.
This is where my lack of Discord knowledge.
Dang, they spotted me. They spotted me. I usually walk into a server now to hurry up and try to delete my join. For this reason, they spotted me.
All right, I'll just post in the threads. There's two of them.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's our Discord, but anyone's welcome to join. It's got
Carrie.
a bit of analysis on what it is.
Who's Carrie?
I think it should be Caddy. It's
Caddy,
probably
okay.
autocorrect.
Okay, yeah, it probably is. Okay. Increase damaging. I like damage increase. Breakthroughs. Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's just trying to find a way to normalize it all, right? Because the problem is that all the language you get on these things are so obscure that as you try and, I guess, normalize them to compare them side by side, it becomes quite difficult, right?
You're absolutely right. And, breaking it down by the numbers and totals, total outputs, so on and so forth, that's a huge thing, especially like for a numbers guy that's reading different numbers for different attacks and seeing what everything is. This is very important to a lot of people. Like, all my breakthroughs are not done on my drill masters. I got a couple more that I got a couple levels I gotta go. Don't fucking judge me. Like, one level on Eric, I got Selena, she's done, and Freya, I got 5 levels to go. I was focused on Freya, but this equipment came out and game over. It's on a pause.
Oh, it's expensive, right? It's very expensive at those top levels.
And on top of that, trying to get the freaking S's as well. That's fucking expensive.
Yeah, those frags are really hard to get too.
They really are.
I think the difference was when they released Selena, there was lots of specials events, right? Or like in the limited daily specials and all that stuff. The Freya stuff, there's only been extra in those super expensive, those like limited time special packs where it's like 10 panda, 10 this, 10 that, 10 that.
And then at the very last one, it's
$100. Yeah. For like
those...
$100, you get 10 fragments.
Yeah, I hate those.
So there's just been less buying opportunities together.
So being you're a numbers guy, okay. This is I'm happy to hear you're a numbers guy and you like to do all this stuff. So when it comes down to the officers, and a certain player has pushed, let's say, Titan reduction or increased damage to Titans, what's going to be the counter for that? Or the melee killer? What's the counter for the melee killer?
Obviously, the thing is, like the whole way that this game has gone is it's become kind of a little bit one-dimensional in the sense that there is just this approach now, which is build your melee as big and as big and durable as possible. Build your long or your mid behind it as strong as possible. Hit as hard. So without having a fundamental shift in that, there's not really going to be a counter to melee. Like, you've got two options. You either build your wall up as hard as possible and, just try and traditionally win, or effectively rush them with small melee, lots of attack behind, and just hope you kill the thing trying to kill you faster than they can break down your small melee wall. So I don't really think there's much counter to that. I think with this, for the average player, the only real kind of variability is the average player has to prioritize which skills they go for and how quickly they get those skills. will determine what their relative strength is. If you say in the long run, everyone's going to get these eventually, there's going to be a good month, 2 month period where you can steal a march and be ahead of the game by choosing the right skills early. And I think
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I think with this new equipment, the thing for me is if you're long range, the increased damage to Titans is a good one because you're probably using cannons. Cannons hit Titans. If you're mid range and you're not C41, I wouldn't really bother with it too much because there's nothing that you have that's really hitting the Titans, right? Like if you don't have the Havocs and you're mid range, your rockets don't hit Titans, bikes don't hit Titans, whatever else you've got doesn't really hit the Titans. So if you're mid range and you're not C41, increase your damage to Titans, but the reality is you're not going to get to them until you've killed everything in front of them. Whereas if you've got cannons and Havocs, that's a bit of a different proposition. So I think for me, if I was long, I'd be prioritising those two increased damage to Titans, especially if I was a whale. So if I was a long range whale, those two increased damage to Titans are probably some key differentiators early on.
Whoa. I only seen this one right here, increased damage to Titans.
There's another one on, I think it's on Freya, maybe the top skill. The first one on Freya.
Damn. So the Doom Breaking Blade. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So if you go in,
hold my beer. Where is it?
Yeah, Breaking Blade. That's it.
Do I have another? That's the question. Do I have another? I don't. Oh, I don't have any more. Damn. I can't even get it even if I wanted it right now.
Well, you could reset one of your officers, right?
I am no. I understand what you guys did. You did it for the win, but like that's in my eyes is like, for instance, I did that with her Loreline, and I did it for these, and it's been so long since I reset that I just stopped even trying to do it. So in my eyes, like I just wasted this, even though it helped me out in the long run. Now I still got to go back and fuck with this now. And I don't like that. I think that's the issue that I'm having, is that I don't like now that I did that. I still have to go back and redo it again.
Yeah, it costs you about $80 per officer to reset because you lose about 500 alloy. But then you also lose some stones and cores and that stuff, right?
Well, I mean,
it's like 90.
It's more than that.
90 stones.
It's more than that, and and the reason I'm saying it's more than that is you're gonna after you reset this or the level, you're gonna use it elsewhere. So then you got to restart it. You got to restart that grind again eventually. So like in my eyes, is it worth resetting it for that quick fix and fix it later? I personally don't think so. It ain't worth that quick fix versus just continue.
Yeah, if for us with the GC, if that was if it was later on, then but there was a very time critical element, and we knew there was no more alloy available. So everyone you could either open 4 or open 12, but it's going to cost you maybe like $500 basically in the amount that you burn to then buy it back later on.
Right. And that's exactly what I'm getting to right now. Is it worth it for now, or do you want to spend the money again twice later? That's.
But the thing is, so each day in the normal store, I think there's like 2,430 alloy, right? Correct. So, and that's enough. That's enough to get 2 officers to 15.
You're not wrong. I forgot about that.
So you wait a day, you'll have it. I think Camel's very good at trying to, with all the countdown timers, trying to push this idea of time criticality on us, that we feel like we need to buy something now. Whereas the reality is, you wait 24 hours, you'll have it.
You're not wrong on that either. You're not wrong. Wait just a little bit and you'll get it. Just gotta be patient. I think the patience thing is something that the majority of the players don't have, including myself. Including myself, I am not excluding myself. I do not have patience. Let me go back into this room.
Right, I've got to run, but I'll drop the link to our Discord there. There's a bit of a, like I said, there's a bit of a deep dive on those expertise 2 skills, what they are, what's not good, and also on the breakthroughs in general, which ones to prioritize and why to prioritize them.
Well, let me ask you before you drop that link, and be very, very clear about this. If you drop the link in my Discord, people are going to come, even your enemies. So really think about that before you do that. If you know what I'm saying, like
yeah, I know.
If you don't mind to be open, then that's fine.
All right, I'll think about it.
Yeah, I had to put that out there because there's been people that asked me to put their link in there, and all of a sudden they got a shitload of trolls. You know what I mean? So like that's why I really wanted to make sure that was clear. Like, but if you say okay, I'll put it in the everyone button. Your shit will get fucking flagged.
All right. Well, if people want it, message me directly, and I'll give it to them. That's probably a better way.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for you. Just
fair enough. Right, got to run. Nice one. Good chatting.
All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. So we see a lot of people in here. Anyone else have any questions about builds or so on and so forth? That new event. Hey, Painted Black, Tarza, can you mute your mic? I hear in the background you're the TV or you being yelled at or something. Thank you. Anyone else have any question maybe about the head of state? Because that's it's here, guys. No, it's okay.
Do they come to our nation?
Go ahead.
Are they coming? Like, do we go to each other's nations, or do we actually go to a land like Chaos Land?
So, okay, you're thinking about the ancient battlegrounds, and that has been scrubbed and no longer in the game. So the ancient battlegrounds would have been in Frenzy, but it's been scrubbed. They tested it out. Too many people cried about it for a reason they had, and it is no longer in the game. So this will just be straight like the regular Frenzy that you play, the regular Void that you play, the regular Frenzy that you play. I don't even know if Tower's going to still be there. I'm assuming they will, but I don't know. But yeah, that's. I was actually looking forward to playing that ancient battleground. I'm gonna be honest, I was really looking forward to that, but it got scrubbed. It's no longer in the plans, the
I
blueprint.
think it was a good idea. They just jacked up the scoring of it.
Yeah, they could easily have fixed that, or the heal wise. Like, let's say they cut the scoring in half. You know, if they cut it in half to what they were getting, I think they would have been fine at that point. But like the healing part is a big issue. If you get zeroed out, you're no longer playing Frenzy. And I was really looking forward to being able to hit those major cities with 7 different top alliances. That's what I was looking forward to, because you ain't doing that in regular Frenzy with only one alliance and one nation. It's not happening. You know what I mean? So that is no longer able to happen. And I know that Barry and Lee Guy and everyone else were. They had a discussion about the last live, but I mean, I still think that it's possible, but we will never know.
It's possible.
We will never know now. Thank you, guys. I didn't mean to sound like a dick, but a lot of people were waiting for that, super excited about that, and that's no longer going to happen. So building phase, I'm wondering if people leveled up. So I see he leveled up to 36. He was 35, so that's decent. 37. He must have leveled up. You can always tell by the points. Phase and points. So that's a city level. That's a city level. That's a wall level. Okay. 1-up came hard. Look at you guys. They want this win. Can't blame them. All right.
How are you doing against them?
We're losing right now. But it literally just started.
Right.
Like I said, half my nation is from the other, on the other side of the pond, so they'll be waking up within the next 2 hours. They'll be waking up, and I'm sure they'll be doing what some people do. Uh, Many people are waiting to go do the level, city level, or else they might just wait for void because some nations void means more to them.
Yep.
Like even when you get to 13, like I showed everyone how to do, you can still continue to level it, and these level up fairly quick. Like once you get it to 1 hour, it's free.
Yep. And whoever talked about the 0 point thing earlier, I verified that works.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So to repeat that, if you start and you have 0 points right now, and you have not broken down your farms to start, if you break them down while you have 0 points, you will not put you in the negatives, and then you can continue to do what I'm doing right here and getting the little points. Imagine all your alliances using this, and the points go up. Like, look, if I kept those at same at 30, I'm getting no points. So we will go into here. 13, I'm already at 634. Now, it might not be a huge amount, but you get 100 people doing it, and them using farms, and a second alliance doing it. Those points add up fast. Vice versa for like the recruiting stages. You can literally do the same thing, but be sure to delete those troops after that round, like from your farms. Be sure to delete them. Don't be that person like, well, I recruited it for the win, and I deserve them. No, no. If you're gonna recruit for the win, be sure to dismiss them too. Don't be that person.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Good.
Sorry. I just did I did 4 oil and 4 wheat,
Mhm.
and got them to 13, and I almost opened all the boxes
Yeah.
just doing that.
Let's see if I open up another box. Of course, I had a couple of mine at level 2 and level 3 before I even started. So now, if you level one up and then you try breaking them down, or you level anything up and you break it down, you start going back and losing points. It's when you're at
Yeah,
0.
I tested that as well, and you only lose the points for that. So like I built a farm instead of a oil, and then I destroyed the farm, and I checked the points and built an oil, and yeah, it just took away the farm points. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. You're exactly right. I've noticed that one. So I'll do it. That's fine. 634, 950. Remember that number, guys. So if I destroy one of these, such as this, details, remove, free, boom. Okay, so now we're gonna check and see where we're at here. See the difference now is at 560. So it does
Yep.
matter for people that are doubting what you're saying. And you believe it or not, people will doubt what you say, even though you're like, oh, I tested it. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? We didn't do this test for no reason. I would not suggest using gold like that for your farms to do this. Guys, don't do that.
Nope, just take them to 13.
Take them to 13, and from there on forward, every level just, maybe do another one here, and do another one there.
13 for 2 weeks until the next one. Do them at 13 again to get your points during construction.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's not like you're looking forward to what they produce.
No, you're not. Dude, I got 3.8 G's just in that, and literally in the freaking resources, I have another 26.9 G's total. Like, I don't need any of that shit. Like, I would be happy to give it to farmers, but I can't. You know what I mean? It's like certain things that you don't want. Like, I think that's the whole issue about the head of state rewards. Let's check and see now that GC's over. Let's
No, I
see
was
if they
just
changed
about
it.
to say, I thought they were going to change that when they made it available to everybody. They're still gather shit.
Ah, man. That's a shame. Like, honestly, do we really need
Who wants to fight for that shit?
not I. Like
Exactly.
these are trash. Even like honestly, I'm not gonna want to dump thousands and thousands of dollars for a fucking speed building. This is not helping me out. It might help out a 34, but if there's still a 34, there's a reason why the 34, and they probably don't have enough to go to 35, 36, 37. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, and I even told Cameron, these are complete garbage, like trash. Are you planning on putting uranium in here? Because that's the only way these are any good. Like, no one cares about how fast you can fucking farm. I don't.
Right. Well, maybe it could be a prep for, the running rumor they're coming out bigger cities.
Bigger cities mean people are just going to, like, I don't know what to say.
Buy
The
resources,
whole,
right?
The bigger city comes up, but my uranium still stays the same.
Yeah.
That's it.
that in like 10%, like a speed build. I mean, that's what, maybe 3 days, a day. Like we're gonna use whatever we can to get there. Like it doesn't matter. We're not gonna be like,
I haven't
I'm
built
short 3
anything
days.
in months. I got plenty of building speed.
Exactly. Like this is garbage if you ask me. Complete freaking garbage. Like even for a farm, it's kind of garbage.
It is.
But if they change it back to the attack, the attack, the attack.
If your nation wins all three rounds, you can get a 5% gather bonus too. Don't forget that one.
Oh yeah, 5%
Do
gather.
this shit.
Ooh.
Woo!
You can have that. You can have that. All yours. I don't want it. Complete trash.
I got hard enough issues gathering the little bit just to get my dailies done.
Dude, I don't even do that. Like, I literally in the dailies, I get that one, the middle one,
I
this
still
one,
need
and
the
I'm done.
uraniums.
I'll get this one, and I'll be done. I'm like, I'm literally fuck this box. I don't care.
But you're missing out on those frags for the gobbler.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Nope. If I
You'll
needed
buy that uranium.
Yeah, I got 42 of those. So that's 42,000 uranium. And after that, I got a credit card for that. Bye.
Did you know with auto kill you can do all 42 of those at the same time?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was one of the little updates I noticed. If you have auto kill, you can do all 42 of those at the same time.
Go look at that, Woody. You don't have to.
Providing you got the fuel, right? Or no,
Yeah.
there's no fuel
I
needed.
think I have. I think I already have it.
You gotta have the fuel, yes, but
Okay.
Oh wow, I'm actually. Yeah, I got it. 10 days remaining. This ain't good though. Monthly card. 28 days, 29. Forgot about you. Can't forget him. Fucking camel. Can't just let
There's
me.
that reminder.
Is there a reminder? There is. No, there isn't. Thought there was.
No, I don't believe there is. There should be.
That's what VIPs are for. So I'm wondering if because someone told me the last live we had, the whole thing for the head of state is to relieve the VIPs from being able to tell everyone that they have that shit coming, like what nation you're fighting. So with that being said, who's losing their job? You see where I'm getting to? Like who's losing their job?
Yeah, yeah.
They're no longer needed. Damn. Come on, Camel. I guess the tariffs already hit, huh? It's too soon? Too soon? Too soon? My bad. Any more questions for anyone? Anyone want me to look at their nation? Okay, well then. All right, 2 hours in.